with me tonight. If you are on, to say hi, and I will be sure to say hi back. If I don't say hi now, then certainly I will say hi later or after the call. And tonight we're going to be discussing about what it takes to take the next step. And basically what that means is I'm going to share with you what I've been doing to improve my odds of success in everything that I do. So, and some of the things I've been learning in my journey as a business owner, as a father, as a husband, those kind of things, so that maybe you will be able to take those steps also and be able to apply them and really begin to see how you will be able to press forward, especially when you are feeling like nothing is happening, nothing is taking place. It doesn't seem like anything is going right for you. Well, hopefully what I share with you tonight will give you a little bit of inspiration and a little bit of encouragement to press forward and be able to break through whatever you are trying to accomplish. So anyway, so what are some of the things I've learned? You know, when I first became a business owner, back when I was much younger, I really thought that I could just do it on my own. I thought that I didn't really need the help. I thought that I didn't need to have anyone tell me how I should do certain things. But then, because I was not having a lot of success, I began to break down, and I was told, you know, you should really read books, because the books will really be able to help you. So I started reading the books, and like all kinds of books, you know, How to Win Friends and Influence People, 7 Habits of Successful People. I mean, I read a lot of books on self-help, that kind of thing, but still, it did not help me. You know, I was still very much, how would I say, not able to break through my issue of fear of wanting to go out and share something with somebody, or the fear of selling somebody, or the fear of just, you know, going out and say hi. You know, that was a very big issue with me, you know, back in the day, where I was timid and I was not really bold. I was timid. I knew I had to do it. I knew I had to, if I was going to be successful in business, that I really had to put myself out there. I was easily offended by a lot of people, because I remember there was this one time where you know, I was doing a job for somebody, and I was taking them serious because they were, in their humor, it was more of a sarcastic type humor, and so I would always take offense of it. Then my dad said, you know, he was just playing, he was just kidding with you. And when he did that, I began to loosen up. You know, I began to not take things so seriously, and then I began to throw it back, because I realized that not everybody, whatever they say or whatever they do, does not necessarily mean that it's against you. Maybe they are just, you know, it was my perception. My perception was that that person was being mean, and it was hurtful. But after learning that he was just kidding around, just joking, I learned that, you know, how I took it was really on me. So I began to loosen up and, you know, crack jokes back, and ever since then, I learn not to take things so personally. Now, does that mean that down the road I did not take things personal? Of course, I still took things personal, but I was able to break through that and forgive and move on because of learning that what that person did was not necessarily that person was trying to be mean. It was just me taking it that way. So I began to move on. And then, so yeah, I read the self-help books, didn't help. I did what did help was my dad telling me and sharing with me that person was just joking around and wasn't really being serious. So then that certainly helped, having that viewpoint. But then as I continued to grow and continued to move forward, I really, for some reason, I just could not break out of the funk. I could not break out of not wanting to talk to people. It seemed like nothing was working for me. It was like trying to have all of this. You want all of this success, all of this, whatever it is that you're looking for, and it's just not happening. Nothing is working. No matter what you do, it's just not working. And it wasn't until, and I think a lot of it had to do with confidence. So for me, it wasn't really until I got married that I began to really build a confidence, and I really began to feel that there was a purpose, that I had a sense of fulfillment. And then after I got married, I had my daughter, and that really began to embolden me more as a man and as one who is who really saw himself that he had to go out and make things happen. But even then, I still had the issue of going out and talking to people. I still had the issue of not really putting myself out there. It's hard to explain. It's like you are wanting to do something and you do it for a little bit and then you just kind of dive back down. See, that was me. That was always me, back in the day. And that was very, very difficult to do, for sure. But I did it. So then what really began to change for me was not so much beginning to have a mindset change, which that is very important. It was because I began to get coached and I began to be mentored by my mentor in the Philippines. He really taught me through various channels of what it means to be a man, what it means to have purpose, what it means to have to be filled with the Holy Spirit in Christ. And when I began to see that, and when I began to understand that, that was when things began to change for me, because it allowed me to have a different perspective on life. Going through the death of my wife was definitely a life changer for me. Having my daughter was a life changer for me. And then finally, going through the Destined for Honor and learning about, about the things that might be holding me back as a person, it certainly helped me. And so these are all things that that really began to shape my life of what it is becoming today. Am I still a work in progress? Of course. It will always be a work in progress. But the difference between now and versus back then is, one, confidence level. Two, I was really able to get past my fear of not wanting to share things with other people because I have more success now. So it's a big difference. So I've learned that we really have to be able to invest in ourselves. If you're not willing to invest in yourself, you will never be able to grow beyond what you are at the very moment. That means that you need to be able to invest in books. You need to invest in going to your conventions. You need to invest in other outside sources that could really help you to grow beyond what you are. Not everything, and this is a very key point, not everything, not all outside resources is going to get you where you want to go. So, because maybe you're not ready for that particular resource that you're going after at the very moment. For example, you want to be a top earner in your company, or you want to just make $100 a month, or $200 or $500 a month, or $1,000 a month, whatever that is extra that you're looking for to make. That's all well and good if your mind is set for that, is that you could just really get yourself to do that. We all say, "Oh, I want to be a top earner," but yet sometimes what happens is we allow life to get in the way. And I think what happens is with life is that we allow ourselves to get in the way. We allow our past to dictate our future. So we have to be able to look within ourselves and figure out what is holding us back, because often it's not other people that holds us back. It's not the system that you're in that's holding you back. It's not that the company that you're in doesn't work, because if that was the case, then nobody would be successful, right? But they are successful. So is it really them, the system, or is it really you that you have to look into? So look at yourself and really see how you can change things for the better. Because it may be as simple thing as forgiveness. Now, you did not forgive your mom or dad. You did not forgive your child. You did not forgive somebody in the past. It might be as simple as that. A case in point is there is somebody I was listening to earlier today, and he was relating his story about how he became successful, and he was relating about forgiveness. And he said that he knows without a doubt, that he would not be as successful as he is if he did not forgive his father. And when he released that forgiveness, he was able to release himself from he released himself from knowing that he cannot ever change the past, but rather he can move forward and claim the future for himself. So, forgiveness allows you to release the past and not allow it to be held by you, but being able to also position yourself to see the future. And that's what he was relating, and how he believes that he would not have been successful at all if he did not forgive. So it might be as simple as that's holding us back, But if we are weak in an area, we need to invest in that area so that we can become stronger in it. If our weakness is closing sales, we need to invest in learning how to close sales. If we are weak in prospecting people, then we need to be able to invest in learning more about how to prospect people. And then so these are different things that you could do. You invest in yourself, you invest in where you're weak at, so that they can begin to become stronger for yourself. Yeah, you focus on your strengths, where you're at, but you also need to build and become stronger in the areas that you're weak, so that it would really help you. The second thing that I've learned is that once I invest in something, and I invest in improving myself and investing in somebody else, whatever it is that I'm investing in, And as I learn about what I'm doing, like say I'm learning about prospecting, I'm learning about closing, I'm learning about the men of integrity or the destined for honor. So I'm learning about these things, but if I'm not willing to apply any of it, then what good is it? It's pointless, right? Knowledge without application, it's useless. There's no power in knowledge if you're not willing to apply what you're learning. Remember the old commercials? I think like the after-school programs when we get home from school, and at the end or in between, it always says knowledge is power. That is a big fat lie. Knowledge can only be power if you are willing to apply it. Knowledge is never power by itself. So knowledge is not power, but it is power if you apply what you learn. And third, the third thing I've really learned is that if I invest in something and if I learn it and I apply it, then I need to also teach it to other people. I need to teach what I've learned and invested in to others so that, one, it can be retained with myself and I can continue to become stronger with it, but also to be able to impact other people's lives so that they can also be successful and that they can also have a change of life for themselves. See, everything that we've learned is not meant to be kept to ourselves. It's not meant to enslave others. It's not meant to hoard everything over other people. No, it is to help mankind to be set free. To be set free. So we teach others to be set free from the bondage of whatever is holding them back. Because whatever it is, and if they learn what they learn, then they can go on to be a successful person, whatever that success is to them. If success to a person is just being a father or just being a mother, then that's great. That's their success. That's where they're happy at. If your success is being a top earner in your company, good for you. Go for it. That's your success. But don't allow yourself to be so consumed with yourself that you forget about others. That you forget to teach others how to do the same. And when you have a predecessor who surpasses you, you celebrate with them. You don't get angry or upset if they pass you up, because you are you are the reason why they became successful, right? That is a great accomplishment. Maybe God did not choose you for that particular position because you're not meant for it. God has a different plan for you. So just imagine of all these people at your work or other positions, and they're always trying to hold you back. They're always trying to degrade or whatever it is that they're trying to do. Those are not people who will ever be leaders or ever surpass or ever become successful fully in life until they are able to change and realize the benefit of investing in themselves to improve themselves, to learn what they learn and apply it, and then to teach it to others so that they can also apply and learn and invest in what they are wanting to improve at. See, these are the things that we have to do. We have to know what is best. So I encourage you to invest in the books so that you can learn. Then invest in your convention. If you're in a network marketing company, whatever company you're in, I encourage you to invest in other resources other than your conventions or your company's trainings. There are some great ones out there. One I could recommend is Rank Makers. It's really, really good. There's others out there that you can also choose. So yeah, those are some outside resources that you can do. So anyway, I have a business, and I'm really excited about where I am at in my business, and I'm really grateful for what I have, because I'm able to help a lot of people with their health and also with their finances. So it's all areas of life that they are being helped in. I'm really, really excited. And I know that you are watching this video and are really wanting to learn more of what I do. So get with me and share with me of what you would like to learn more about. And I will share it with you. I will share with you about what I do for a business. And I think I think you'll be really excited. But anyway, so just also you can visit my page, ChadAllen.pro, and if you want to comment below about anything that has helped you to change your life, please do so by commenting in the section below, in the comment section, and I will will reply to you as well. I'm so excited that you were here with me. I'm glad that through this it will be a great help. Share this video if it's really helped you, and we will see you tomorrow. Okay? All right. Bye.